Hello, hello. How's it going? Oh crap. Yeah, I accidentally put some text. Hello, hello. How's it going, chat? Uh, my name is Goblina Jones, and I am showcasing what is essentially a model that I have borrowed from the internet. Unfortunately, I can't really make merch or anything like commercial out of it, but hey, I would definitely love to use it for the most part, just because I find it to be awesome. It has a lot of things that it can do. I mean, it can kind of lower the mic, grab some bread. It can also change clothes. Actually, it also changes expressions. And yeah, here we go. It even changes to some different clothes and all that. Unfortunately, no mic with this outfit. Like, yeah, I'm trying to sum it up, but nothing. Oh yeah, and I also have this mic. I guess that's for this outfit then. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I kind of like this model. It's pretty good, even though it has a lot more options for more detailed tracking, but unfortunately I don't have the thing for it. Let me just, oh yeah, fuck, I have the Minecraft music. But yeah, anyway, Tito, you mean Teto, right? Also, my goblin persona is basically like a goblin version of Teto, right? But really, I just felt like a Miku outfit. No, actually, this is Teto. This is like a friend of Miku, different character. But yeah. Also, she has this outfit too. Let me just switch to the other. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Ah, that's much better. Right, so yeah, like I said, I really do, I am kind of excited to debut this model, even though it's not mine and I can't really commercialize it until I can commission someone to make my own model with that. But yeah, no, I am very glad that I could actually be using this model. It's pretty nice, it's very detailed, and I'm pretty energetic today, probably because I drank some coffee, but yeah, no, absolutely. Anyway, you're just a Vocaloid now. I've been a Vocaloid last stream, if you haven't noticed. I mean, fuck, I can actually show you the model that I was using in, let me just show you, right? Because the last model I used was in Viadotube, right? So, let me show you. Let me show you. Right, so, like, I'm gonna have to remove this. Let me see. Da 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 da. Beatitude. Where the heck is VTube Studio? Beatitude. There we go. So, I mean, if you take a look at this character right here, it actually looks like your Goblina was unique to you. I hope you have enough money for cum. Absolutely. I am actually rather glad that I could have... Like, look at her. This is exactly the goblin that I was using, and she looks like Teto. I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying... Yeah, no, I know. I'm just, you know, just trying to go ahead and, you know, kind of prove a point. But anyway, I'm gonna switch back to the other one. There we go. So, yeah, no, I am actually quite excited to use a model like this. I'm hoping that it is of a similar quality. I mean, honestly, it even can make the... Where was it? Whoops. Let me just... okay, there we go. So, I really am kind of excited to use this, really. So, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I can't really make merch unless it's based on my PNG tuber. In that case, I can make merch, but this one I'm just using it as a temporary placeholder model, just for chatting and for fun, nothing commercial, just to be clear. But yeah, but I think you guys can make like donations and stuff if you want, and I don't think it would violate the rules if I remember correctly. But yeah. Anyway, this is going to be a reaction stream. We are going to go ahead and react to a lot of videos that you guys recommended me and a bunch of videos that I want to watch because, well, why not? The video that we're going to watch today is going to be about solved cases, so this is a true crime kind of thing. And yeah, we are basically going ahead and and we're just gonna watch a few videos. I'm gonna react to them, and well, I'm just gonna be your professional yapper all the time. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get going. All right. Oh wow, it looks like I forgot to put the Bitude Studio. Give me a sec. Although actually, it should probably look like this. Yeah, there we go. Bingo. Wrong side. I'm blocking chat. There we go. But yeah, I'm actually quite excited to share with you guys. Wait, this is it, right? I mean, I guess we could go ahead and... Alright, let me just try and put some full screen on the thingy. Let's see if that works. Let's see, Firefox. Yeah, let me just turn off some tabs that I might want to close for privacy reasons. Okay, so let me just go ahead and okay, yeah, we have yeah. Okay, so I think we are clear. Let's open it up then. Bingo. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, I seem to be blocking the video. I don't know if my whole screen is... I mean, I can move it around if you want. Let me know. But yeah, no, I really do... Let me see. YouTube Studio. Yeah, there we go. Maybe around here, maybe? I don't know. Usually, I think should be a little smaller, maybe? Like that? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. But, yeah. I think this would probably be better because I want most of the screen to be there. So, and yeah, I am going to put full screen. So anyway, we are reacting to a video called BuzzFeed Unsolved Cases That Are Now Solved. So yeah, I've heard about a bunch of the cases here. I think the one that's really interesting is the one case where there was this lady that was found dead inside a water filter or a water tank. I'm not sure. Apparently that case got solved, so we are definitely going to see what happened to that poor lady who was at the building and then she just poofed, right? So, oh, and it's gonna get pretty, right. And, whoops, wrong button. It's gonna get pretty dark. It's gonna get pretty dark. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and start this video. First full screen, and then we're good to go. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Wait. There's no audio here. Give me a sec. I think we're getting a bit of technical difficulties.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Okay, there we go. Let me just restart the video. Right. Let me just Alright, guys, let me know if you guys like the way the stream is. You know, the size of my character, if it's too small or too big, let me know. Anyway, I think it should be okay. Let's go. Oh, right, I forgot to mention, like, we are going to go ahead and react to the Stop Killing Games. The reason behind the big change is that we are going to react to the Stop Killing Games movement. Apparently Ross has made some pretty big updates that we haven't seen before, and this whole stream is essentially a reaction to that whole to the previous stream where I was talking about, you know, Stop Killing Games and everything. Maybe I should put that in the title. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put that in the title? Sure, maybe. I don't know. I'll wait for you guys to answer. All right, let's go.
Nice to get the on. You know, sometimes it's nice to get the answers. So I've got 5 cases from BuzzFeed Unsolved that are now solved.
Oh.
Starting with the bizarre case of Eliza Lamb, who was found dead in the water tank on
Yeah,
the
that
roof of
one.
the Cecil Hotel in 2013. Eliza left her home in British Columbia and took a trip to California in January 2013. She posted photos to social media and was seemingly in good spirits.
Yeah.
She then checked into the Cecil Hotel near downtown Skid Row.
Yeah.
She was initially given a shared room on the hotel's 5th floor. However, her roommates complained about certain odd behavior, so Eliza was moved to a room of her own after 2 days. Apparently, Eliza was leaving notes for her roommates that said go home and go away. She would also lock the door to the room and require a password for entry. During her stay at the Cecil Hotel, she would also make her way to a live taping of Conan in Burbank, but she was escorted out for disruptive behavior.
Oh, really?
Eliza contacted her parents daily while traveling up until about January 31st, 2013, the day she was scheduled to check out of the Cecil Hotel and leave for Santa Cruz. But when her parents didn't hear from her that day, they called the LAPD. Police searched the hotel to the extent that they legally could. They searched Eliza's room and had dogs go through the building, including the rooftop. The dogs were detecting scents, but they just couldn't find Eliza. Then about 2 weeks later, on February 13th, the LAPD released a video of the last known sighting of Eliza.
Oh yeah, that's the famous video.
Elevators. You've probably seen this video before, but in the 2.5 minutes that Eliza is seen in the elevator, she makes several weird gestures and movements. She appears to press every button on the elevator panel. She looks down the hallway, then leaves the elevator at one point while its doors remain open. When the doors fail to close after she returns, she leaves the elevator again. Now, this caused the internet to come up with theories that collectively lowered the average IQ of the human race, like demons were chasing her, or fucking ghosts, or she was playing the elevator game, which is some bullshit about an elevator taking you to a different dimension.
Oh yeah, no, I remember how everybody just lost their fucking minds over what exactly happened to her. Even I couldn't help but feel like some of the more paranormal explanations were probably more likely, because honestly there was just not much to go off of. And to think that this whole mystery would actually be solved is just unthinkable. So let's see what happened to this poor lady.
Something. But let's just come back to reality for a second. During the search for Lam, guests at the hotel began complaining about low water pressure. Some said their water was colored black and had an unusual taste.
Yeah.
So on the morning of February 19th, a hotel maintenance worker went up to the roof, and that's when he found Eliza's body, floating face up in the water of one of the 4 1,000-gallon water tanks on the roof that provided water to the guest rooms, a kitchen, and a coffee shop. It has since been determined that Eliza was struggling with her mental health at the time. She was
that's nasty.
Bipolar disorder, and she was under medicating at the time of her death. She had similar episodes before.
Yeah, no, that's
where she
nasty.
went missing and even got hospitalized. As for how she got onto the locked roof, it has been proven that she could have used the fire escape. The tracking dogs even tracked her scent to a window connecting to it. And as for how she got into the tank, when the hotel worker found her, he said that the tank lid was open and not closed with the heavy lid like many people claim. It's a really sad case, but it's solved, and the conclusion is she went in herself during an episode, and unfortunately, no one was around to help her.
Oh, so she drowned. Hold on. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. You know, YouTube acts like a complete bitch when it comes to ad blocks, so let's see if this works.
Window connecting to it. And as for how she got into the tank, when the hotel worker found her, he said that the tank lid was open and not closed with the heavy lid like many people claim.
Okay, so
it's a really sad case, but it's solved, and the conclusion is she went in herself during an episode.
Okay, so apparently what happened to this lady was that she was going through some mental health problems, and she went through an episode, and unfortunately she unknowingly kind of like, I guess you could say it's almost like sleepwalking, but she didn't actually sleepwalk. It was like she was going through a period of psychosis, and then she fell inside the tube, which was open, and she drowned basically because, well, she couldn't swim. So yeah, it's a pretty sad death, but yeah. Apparently there was a lot of misinformation regarding this case right here, probably because the police were all like, you know, they were all like hush hush, right? So yeah, they were pretty much hush hush. I think that's about it. Let's keep going.
And unfortunately, no one was around to help her.
Yeah, no, unfortunately,
next up is the
that's
Lady of the
unfortunate.
Dunes. On July 26, 1974, a 12-year-old girl followed a barking dog to the decomposing body of an unidentified woman on a beach at the Race Point Dunes.
Wow, that looks nasty.
The crime scene was pretty graphic.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Her teeth had been pulled out, and there was also a massive injury to her head.
How did this not get censored on
A
YouTube?
blue bandana and a pair of Wrangler jeans were tucked underneath her head as she was laying on her back on a beach blanket. During
Like,
the course of this mystery, her body was exhumed 4 different times in hopes to solve the case. And
Yeah.
finally, on October 31st, 2022, the FBI announced that the victim had been identified as Ruth Marie Terry. There were quite a few suspects over the years, including a mobster named Whitey Bulger, who was known for removing his victims' teeth. There was also a serial killer operating in Massachusetts named Tony Costa, as well as a convicted murderer named Haddon Clark, who actually confessed to the murder, saying, quote, "I could have told the police what her name was, but after they beat the shit out of me, I wasn't gonna tell them shit."
okay, there's 2 ways to interpret this. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of inmates like to confess to murders even though they actually haven't done it. And they usually just do that for ego, right? They just like to say, oh, yeah, I killed this person. And it's like, no, you're not. And really, it often just ends up being a waste of time for the cops. So, yeah, that could be one case. But judging by the words that are quoted here, apparently there isn't a lot of... there doesn't seem to be a lot of... I think he just really didn't want to tell the truth because, well, you know, like he said, the cops were beating the shit out of him, and I was like, nah, I'm not talking. Fuck you. So yeah, I think that's also likely to be the case here. So yeah.
However, it was none of these losers. In fact,
Oh yeah, just like I said, it's not. He was lying.
it's actually an even bigger one by the name of Guy Rockwell Muldavan.
Who the heck is
confident in
this guy?
saying that if Ruth's hands and teeth weren't removed, police would have solved this straight away. This guy was a person of interest to the police as early as 1950 already, and was suspected of killing a 28-year-old truck driver named Henry Lawrence Red Baird, as well as kidnapping his 17-year-old girlfriend, Barbara Jo Kelly. Baird's body was discovered face down on the beach near Table Bluff the morning following his disappearance. He was shot in the back of the head. He only had socks and shoes on, and nearby, Barbara's clothes were found carefully folded and tucked underneath Baird's. No trace of Barbara herself could be found, and she has never been seen or heard from since. It is thought that whoever shot Baird had kidnapped her. Then on April 1st, 1960, Muldavan's second wife, Manzanita Ryan, as well as her daughter from a previous marriage named Dolores, both mysteriously disappeared while they were living in Seattle. Investigators found
What did these women ever do?
Septic tank, but were unable to prove that they were from either of the missing women. Muldavan then fled Seattle, but was arrested by the FBI and charged with unlawful flight to avoid giving testimony into their deaths. Interestingly, he was never charged for anything, since the King County prosecutor was reluctant to do so without a body. Now, after the Lady of the Dunes was identified, the police discovered that Ruth Marie Terry had actually been married to, you guessed it, Guy Rockwell Muldavan. The couple got married sometime in 1973 or 1974. They were busy traveling for their honeymoon after the wedding. But when Muldavan came back home without Ruth and he was driving her car, witnesses at the time said Muldavan indicated to them that Ruth had died. But when Ruth's brother tried to find out more, Muldavan apparently just told him that he had a fight with her during the honeymoon and he never heard from her again. Muldavan then moved to Chihuahua, California, to a small community near Salinas around 1976.
Salinas.
He would then retire in 1985 from his job as an executive
Is that in Puerto Rico?
at Silver Store and Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, and die of a lengthy illness in Salinas, California.
Oh no,
March
it's
14th,
California.
2002. So despite all the awful things he did, he seems to have undeservedly lived a nice life. But then on August 28th, 2023, Guy Rockwell Muldavan was officially named Ruth Marie Terry's killer. Next up is the Forrest Fenn treasure, which was a cache of gold and jewels that Forrest Fenn, an art dealer and author from Santa Fe, New Mexico, hid in the Rocky Mountains of the United States. The value of the chest was estimated to be as high as $2 million. He wrote a poem to act as a clue, which led tens of thousands of people to the Rocky Mountains in search of riches and adventure. Pretty awesome, until people started dying. Sadly,
Wait, what?
5 people died while searching for the treasure. Randy Bilyeu was first and went missing in January 2016.
Wait.
Found dead in July. His body was discovered by workers along the Rio Grande, and an autopsy could not determine his cause of death. His ex-wife publicly stated her belief that the Fenn treasure was a hoax. Jeff Murphy from Illinois was second and was found dead on June 9, 2017 in Yellowstone National Park. after falling about 500 feet down a steep slope.
Hmm.
Later that same year, the third victim, Pastor Paris Wallace of Grand Junction, Colorado, was found about 5 to 7 miles downstream along the Rio
Wow.
Grande after telling his family
That's
he was
a
gonna
lot
go
of-
out and find the treasure.
That's a lot of
The fourth
people.
victim was Eric Ashby, who moved to Colorado to search for the treasure full time and was found dead in the Arkansas River on July 28,
Okay, so this is starting to look like it's a trap, basically set up by a serial killer. And basically, he is very meticulous in the way that he hides everything. So I think that's ultimately what is going on. There's just this serial killer who's like, hey, there's this treasure. And then he just kills you and he just leaves you, but takes rid of the evidence and then basically just dumps your body.
2017, and the fifth and final victim,
Oh my God.
Michael Wayne Sexton, was found dead
Wait. Wait. Oh, crap. My pen. There you go. Right. Like, what the hell? Whoops. Right. What the hell? Wait, no, wrong expression. Wait. His name is Sexton or Sexson? Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue.
by rescuers on March 21, 2020, alongside his companion Stephen Inlow, who later recovered in hospital. The pair were discovered within 5 miles of a site that they had been rescued from a month earlier, near the Dinosaur National Monument along the Utah-Colorado border. So this led the chief of the New Mexico Police to publicly implore Fenn to end the treasure hunt, stating he's putting lives at risk. While
Yeah.
Fenn stepped up to put an end to the hunt once and for all by actually finding it. On June 6, 2020, Fenn posted on the searcher blog Thrill of the Chase that the treasure had finally been found, saying, quote, "It was under a canopy of stars in the lush forested vegetation of the Rocky Mountains and had not moved from that spot where I hid it more than 10 years ago. I do not know the person who found it, but the poem in my book led them to the precise spot. I congratulate the thousands of people who participated in the search and hope they will continue to be drawn by the promise of other discoveries. So the search is over.
Bro, I think you
Now,
got
the
bigger
identity of
problems.
the finder, the photograph of the goods, and the location of the treasure were not revealed at the time, but on July 22nd, Fenn stated on the Thrill of the Chase blog that the treasure's finder had authorized him to disclose the location in the interest of closure for its many searchers. The treasure had been hidden in Wyoming. However, in December 2020, Jack Stoof, a medical student from Michigan, and who actually used to be one of the writers of BuzzFeed Unsolved. So good for him. I mean, he was probably inspired by the episode they did on it to go out and find it.
Yeah.
He came out and revealed that he was the one who found it and went public with his identity by doing an interview. Due to
Yeah.
safety reasons, he would have preferred to stay anonymous, but a lawsuit was expected to reveal his identity anyway. Now, I'm not entirely sure what lawsuit he's referring to.
What lawsuit?
Disclaimer, I could be wrong about this, but I think it might have something to do with a French treasure hunter Karen who filed a $10 million lawsuit against Fenn's estate
What?
in July 2021. According to Karen, he had determined
Wait.
the treasure was hidden in
Is this like Karen as in the type of person? I mean, from the sound of it, it looks like it's like Karen, the like an actual name, right? It's not like an actual Karen, you know what I mean?
southwestern Colorado. He then informed Fenn of his solution and began making preparations to retrieve it. However, COVID happened and he couldn't go out and search for it. And then Fenn announced soon afterwards that the treasure had been found in Wyoming. Karen claimed that
All right,
Fenn took
I'm
advantage of
switching
the delay
the.
to move the chest from Colorado
Hold
to
on.
Wyoming,
Whoops.
using the point that its exact final location
All right.
had not been specified by
There we
Jack
go.
Stoof or any of Fenn's relatives.
There we go.
Unsurprisingly, this lawsuit was dismissed. Karen then tried to file another one and reopen it, but they said no.
Listen, fuck up, get out!
The collar bomb incident. On August 28, 2003,
Wait, collar bomb?
pizza delivery man Brian Douglas
Wait.
was sentenced to
A collar bomb? A collar bomb? Like an actual collar bomb, like from Fallout, where they're like slaves with these little collars that explode if you go out of line. Those kind of collar bombs? What the hell? And let me just show you what I mean, right? Let me.
PNC Bank in
Whoa, hold on. Right. So, Fallout collar bomb. Explosive collar, it's actually called. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. These little things right here. And, yeah, they're also called slave colors, right? You usually see them in, like, New Vegas and Fallout 3, right? So, let me see what the images pop out. Crap. Come on. There we go. So yeah, this is how it looks like, right? This is usually how it looks like. So I didn't think that was actually like there was ever like a real life equivalent of that. But yeah, the more you know. Yeah.
Erie, Pennsylvania. He then starts waiting in the queue to get to the teller. About 8 minutes later, a witness inside the bank calls 911, saying there's a guy in the bank wearing a bomb or something around his neck. When Wells finally gets to the counter, he slides a note over to the teller. The note says that the bomb will explode in...
Wait, I actually heard of this case. This was in a Zach D Films video. Yeah, he made a case about that, right? I remember how the story went, and it's probably going to be told, but let me show you my version of it, right? So apparently, what happened here was that there was this guy, I think it was a pizza delivery guy. He had a collar, and he said like, you know, if you don't do this, it's gonna fucking explode, right? And then I think he said that it was fake, right? That it was part of like some setup, right? But then it turned out to be for real, and he exploded, right? So I have no idea. Oh yeah, right. This is my streamer bot right here. I added Ko-fi streamer bot right there. Yeah, pretty much. Say hello. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's how I remember. You know what? I may as well show you the Zach D Films version of this so you guys can catch up to what I'm saying. So apparently, Zach D Film collar bomb. Yeah, this one right here.
A bomb was strapped around the neck of a pizza delivery man in 2003. He was allegedly forced to rob the bank by strangers who locked the device on him. After the robbery, he was instructed to follow a series of clues that would disarm the ticking bomb. However, the clues led him in circles, and the police apprehended him while he was still trying to solve them. He pleaded for help as the timer on the bomb ticked down. Eventually, it was revealed that this man had actually been involved in the plan. The other accomplices told him the collar bomb was fake, but once the timer ran out, the device detonated, killing him instantly. A bomb was...
Oh, so yeah, exactly. That's exactly how the whole story went, right? Apparently, I don't know what aspect of this story was unsolved. I mean, it's pretty clear-cut case. I guess his accomplices were never found, and I think that's ultimately what happened here. So, yeah, no, definitely not the kind of, you know, actually, I'm thinking about, like, a different name, like Cherry Bomb, as maybe a name that would be a cool name. Like, yeah, I know I chose, like, Gablina Jones, but, you know, Cherry Bomb doesn't exactly sound so bad. It sounds pretty cool, I would say. But let me know what you think. But, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and, yeah. Anyway, let's get going. Apparently there's
15 minutes, unless $250,000 was handed over within that time.
Oh, there's bloodstains on that.
Wells waits at the counter,
holy shit,
sucking on a lollipop. When the teller came back, she handed him a bag of money, which only had $8,702 in it, because she was unable to access the vault that quickly. According to the witnesses, as Wells left the bank, he swung his cane gun and the bag of money around like Charlie Chaplin. Around 15 minutes later, after Wells left the bank, police saw him standing outside his car and quickly handcuffed him and left him sitting on the pavement in the parking lot. Wells said that 3 unnamed black people placed a collar bomb around his neck, provided him with the gun, and told him they would kill him unless he committed the robbery and completed several other tasks. This was seemingly confirmed when police found 9 pages of handwritten instructions addressed to bomb hostage directing Wells to rob the bank. The instructions also included a scavenger hunt, listing a series of strictly timed tasks of collecting keys that would delay the detonation and eventually defuse the bomb. The pages also said that Wells would be under constant surveillance and any attempts to contact authorities would result in the bomb's detonation, saying, quote, "Act now, think later, or you will die." Now, the police didn't attempt to disarm the bomb at the time, but they instead focused on clearing the immediate area of pedestrians and ensuring that Wells could not detonate the device. The bomb squad would only be called at 3:04 p.m., about 10 minutes after Wells was cuffed, and then at 3:18 p.m., 3 minutes before the bomb squad arrived, the bomb detonated and blasted a fist-sized hole in Wells's chest. He would die almost instantly. The reason the bomb squad was held back was bad traffic. This is like a real-life version of Saw. Though the note claimed that Wells could gain extra time by each key found, police later traveled the note's route and couldn't complete it in the allotted time, implying that Wells would not have had enough time to get the bomb defused, so he was literally a dead man walking.
Oh,
now,
shit.
It's not clear if Wells was in on it, but if you're gonna suck on a fucking lollipop while you've got a bomb around your neck and swing a bag of money like Charlie Chaplin, then there's not much anyone can say to help your case.
Yeah.
Police tried to retrace his steps
Honestly,
anyway.
this sounds like this sounds like one of those missions. This sounds like a terrible GTA mission where one of the characters is tasked with basically being like the bomb guy, and he just dies for comedic effect, right? Like he really is just screwed. It really sounds like something out of GTA 5 or some shit, like some terrible GTA no pixel RP shit, right? And that honestly sounds like a prank that you would get on GTA 5. So yeah.
Which would pretty much lead them nowhere, but almost a month later, a 911 call would come from William Rothstein saying, quote, "At 8645 Peach Street, in the garage, there is a frozen body. It's in the freezer." He was referring to his own address. Within hours of making the call, he was in custody. He told the cops that he had considered killing himself and had gone so far as to write a suicide note, which investigators found in a desk at his home. Writing in black marker, he apologized to those who cared about him and identified the body in the freezer as Jim Roden, and noted that he did not kill him nor participate in his death. However, the note opened with a very, very interesting disclaimer. This has nothing to do with the Wells case. Rothstein then explained to police that in mid-August, he'd received a phone call from an ex-girlfriend, Marjorie Deal Armstrong, who he had dated in the 60s and early 70s. Marjorie said that she had shot her live-in boyfriend, James Roden, in the back with a Remington 12-bore shotgun in a dispute over money, and now she needed help removing the body and cleaning up the scene. She would pay Rothstein $2,000 for his assistance. Marjorie was then arrested, and later in 2005, she told a state trooper that she had information about the Wells case.
Okay, I'm gonna end this right here because I really want to get to the stop killing games thing. I mean, just stop killing games. Right, so apparently there is a lot of things going on. Right, here it is. It was around 12 days ago.
Hello!
Hello!
I have not had many updates on the Stop Killing Games campaign in a while, but this is not for a lack of things to talk about.
Oh?
If you recall in the wrap-up video, I said I don't like doing the news on it now unless there's more of a purpose to it. See, ever since we got the signatures on the European Citizens Initiative, I've been more or less following orders from the political insiders who have been assisting us.
Oh?
It's become much less about getting internet attention and far more about political maneuvering and attention of regulators. That's
Oh?
I've been sending out lots of information because that's what they advised. And now I'm being advised to tell everyone what's happening, or most of it.
Oh,
So
most
on
of
that
it.
note, I have lots of updates. Some of it is maybe bad news, but most of it is good news.
Oh, thank
In fact,
God.
Let me start off by saying I think we're going to win this.
Oh.
Namely, the problem of publishers destroying video games that you've already paid for.
Yes!
So what I can't say is when or which method will happen first.
Oh,
We have
okay.
so many avenues in play, and the more I learn, the more I see this could become a quite convoluted path. But the
Oh.
reason I have so much faith in us getting a win is that the law is on our side on this.
Thank
We
God.
could lose 5 paths we're pursuing and still get a win. Let's start with the maybe bad news first. The meeting with the EU Commission is coming up very soon, and we actually have no idea what to expect. Now, what I'm hoping happens is once we've explained what's going on in the games industry and how the practice of game destruction is largely violating EU law, the Commission will realize there's a problem and bring a proposal to EU Parliament, or at the very least clarify existing law on the issue. However, we've had some events that could suggest that won't be what will happen. One of the biggest is this will actually not be our first meeting with the Commission. Back in October, members of the initiative were invited to discuss the possibility of getting our issue added to the Digital Fairness Act. Now, I wasn't there, so I'm getting this secondhand, but from what I've been told, it wasn't great. I'm told it felt like the Commission had been prompted with lines from the industry. They apparently kept emphasizing how video games are a living, breathing thing.
What?
Because of constant updates. Oh,
What?
yeah, that totally doesn't sound like an expression the industry came up with.
Yeah, no.
I admit, that description pairs well with the Stop Killing Games movement.
Yeah.
I'm pleased
Way to
with how
shoot
the
yourself in the
organizers
foot.
responded to this, explaining that your phone receives lots of updates also, but if software support ends, you still get to keep your phone. They were also concerned about this preventing new games from being made, specifically teenagers in their bedrooms creating small games. Now, my first thought was, oh yeah, all those teen solo developers creating live service games. You may as well be worried about discouraging teen lawyers from opening up law firms out of their bedrooms. I mean, the vast majority of developers, let alone teens, are not making live service games. Especially
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of these live service games are just really expensive to make and require so much capital that I don't think any teenager is going to be able to make that. Most of the time, it's just going to be a single player game, so I really don't think there's going to be any kind of, you know, like, why the fuck are they bringing this up? I can't help but think that this is just a variant of think of the children, think of the children. It's like, fuck off. No, it's not think of the children.
the kinds that create the most problems in the industry. But then it hit me. Wait a minute. I actually can think of a teen who made a live service game. Nelson Sexton made the game Unturned at 16 years old.
Oh, I have that game.
For online play and receives frequent updates. There are many who would define that as a live service game. Oh, but what's this? It already had private server support? So he was never part of the problem in the first place. So
Yeah.
this exact and very rare scenario that the commission is concerned about has already happened. And if our initiative had existed, it wouldn't have interfered with him in any way. Everything would have still been fine. And it wasn't small either. It's had 24 million players. So a 16-year-old was able to figure out how to do this in 2014, but major publishers worth billions just keep struggling with this concept. I'm having a flashback here.
It's impossible.
Nelson Sexton.
I was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Though a developer does not have to be Iron Man to not destroy their game. On the contrary, the vast majority of them don't do this. A publisher
I'm
has
gonna
to go
switch,
out of their way and do
outfits.
lots of extra work to design a game to stop working when support ends. It's a very
go.
deliberate decision. Also in the meeting was our old favorite talking point. The commission was concerned that we were asking for endless support from publishers. It
Oh,
was explained, no, we're not. Publishers can end support anytime they want. We're asking that they don't also destroy what they've already sold to the customer when they do so. I don't blame the commission for needing clarity on that point.
yeah.
The industry keeps trying to push this mischaracterization of us over and over and over.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like,
there were mixed
honestly,
opinions on the
look, you guys might remember this little cockroach of a man, and I'll show you who that is. Just, wait. So, let me just make one little statement about this motherfucker right here. Yeah, this guy right here. This guy, he is definitely an industry plant with like a ton of like very narcissistic issues, right? Like he is definitely a confirmed narcissist. A lot. I've even seen a guy that was studying psychology already kind of say, "Hey, this guy is a fucking narcissist by the book," even though I'm not officially diagnosing him because that, I'm studying psychology. I'm not a doctor yet, right? So I think it's fair to say that this guy is a fucking narcissist, and I still think that the way that this whole thing is being received is influenced by him. So yeah, no, I really fucking hate the guy. This guy's an industry plant. That's all I wanted to say, right? Let me just there we go.
Meeting, but I'm told the overall vibe was that it felt like the commission was trying to find reasons to not include our initiative.
Yeah, that is stupid.
I'm told by EU staff that we set a record in the number of comments received by the public on a pending EU act for trying to be included in the Digital Fairness Act. Additionally, if you look at the purpose of the Digital Fairness Act, look at what it says it's trying to address. According to the European Commission, the effectiveness of EU consumer protection is undermined by insufficient enforcement, legal uncertainty, increasing risk of regulatory fragmentation across member states' national approaches, and the lack of incentives for businesses to aim for the highest standard of protection.
Yeah.
That perfectly describes our problems with how the law is currently functioning in regards to publishers destroying games.
Yeah.
And part of the act is even focused on video games. So yeah, I'm missing how our issue is a poor fit for the Digital Fairness Act.
That's just industry plants.
The meeting kind of bled over into the Citizens Initiative also. But the real closer came at the end, where the commission told us point blank they are pursuing a deregulatory agenda. Yes, the initiative is asking for regulation. So if the commission has already decided it wants to deregulate, I could see where that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, after the meeting was over, I'm told some legal experts involved came up to the organizers and said to please pursue this issue because it's worthwhile, and it is a fight that needs to be fought.
Thank God.
See, stuff like this is exactly why I have no idea which way the commission is going to go on this. More on that point, this next part gets weird. On July 10th of last year, back when we were still collecting signatures for the initiative, the EU Commission released a statement titled Ready Player EU. It then took it down the next day so fast there wasn't even time for Wayback Machine to archive it. I never even got a chance to read this article. However, a reporter for news outlet Euractiv did, and you can see the headline for yourself. Commission preparing token gesture for angry gamers and game developers. The EU Commission is preparing a non-binding communication on the video game sector, likely in response to an ongoing citizens' initiative calling for rules to stop killing games. What's more, in the article it says a spokesperson blamed a technical glitch, but said full publication is planned for 2026. I'm honestly not sure what to make of this, and the political insiders helping us aren't either. Or rather, they're divided.
Yeah,
some say that the
that much is obvious.
Misread it, and this means nothing. Others are saying, no, that article is reading between the lines, and the EU Commission has already decided to make a non-binding statement on this issue, probably encouraging the industry to self-regulate.
Oh, come on!
This goes without saying, but in case it doesn't, self-regulation from the industry is not a good solution.
No.
For two big reasons.
No.
Probably more, but I can think of two. First, the practice of publishers deliberately destroying games with no expiration date that customers have already paid for has been going on for at least 13 years. Battleforge is a notable example of one of the earlier ones from 2013.
Yeah.
So the industry has already had over a decade to self-regulate. And that's led to the situation becoming so bad, that's what led to over 1 million people petitioning the EU Commission about it. And they're still going. Hell, at the time of this video, Anthem got permanently disabled by Electronic Arts just last month. It sold 5 million copies and now no one can run it again.
That sucks.
Getting refunds. This is what industry self-regulation looks like. We're living it. So we've already tried it this way for over a decade and it's getting worse. That's why we want law enforcement. Believe me, I was hoping the industry would solve this themselves. I don't want to be doing this. Second, the industry has built a history showing it's terrible at regulating itself on this issue. I refer back to my earlier video where volunteers did a study examining as many games as they could find requiring a connection to the publisher. Well, we've since updated those results on a wiki anyone can check out. Out of over 600 games with this design that the industry has ended support on, the publisher let the customer keep their purchase about 4 to 6% of the time, depending on how you measure it, due to some games only being partially destroyed. But let's take the most generous interpretation and say it's 6.5%. That's terrible under any standard. If you scored 6.5% on a test, that would be a failure.
Yeah.
Self-regulation is not working. So I don't know what to make of this leak by the EU Commission. But if that Euractiv article is true, then I admit that caught us off guard. Because that means the decision was already made before we even got a chance to present our evidence. We were still collecting signatures. I mean, if you look at the European Citizens Initiative process, that's like taking the absolute final step of the process and moving it up to step 3 here. Well, if that's what's happened and the decision's already been made, wouldn't that make the other steps pointless? It kind of reminds me of an old Onion video about the election results accidentally being leaked before the election. Oops. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know. I'm saying having this leak during the height of our signature gathering was weird, and that Euractiv article only increased our concerns about whatever the EU Commission has planned. Now, I'm hoping this is all just us worrying about nothing. I've seen this issue get ignored again and again, long before the Commission ever heard of it. So I'm kind of biased to expect the worst here. I'm just showing everyone why we have concerns the meeting might not go well. So that's the maybe bad news. There's a lot of good news. Because we don't know what kind of answer we're going to get from the Commission, we're trying not to take any chances. Thanks to volunteer help, we've been making serious inroads in EU Parliament, and at this stage, I've been told we have majority support, and our issue will be brought before Parliament, and it's in a good position to get passed.
Oh, thank God.
EU policymaking is quite complex, so there are more steps beyond that, but that's good news. Next, the movement as a whole will be launching an official NGO on the issue of game destruction.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. My take so far is that I think they got deleted it because it kind of revealed what the industry plant is, and I think it got a lot of backlash because everybody kind of knew that it was just game industry propaganda, so they deleted it so that, you know, it doesn't look bad on their part. But, you know, once it's on the internet, it stays forever, so yeah, I don't really think that is that's not gonna work. So I think the damage is still already done as far as I'm concerned. So yeah. Anyway, let's get going with this video. I forgot to put full screen. There we go.
Now, if you're like me, you may have some skepticism on how much this can do, but there are definite advantages. The first is this will allow us to do long-term counter-lobbying on this issue. I mean, we're hoping to get the Citizens Initiative passed or added to the Digital Fairness Act. But if those fail, there's still the possibility of being added to the Digital Content Directive revision. We're trying to find a way in any way we can.
Yeah.
To also signal that we're not just going away on this issue. I mean, I might. I've been at this for over a decade, but the movement isn't. If there's a lobbyist showing up again and again at the EU Commission, that might influence things. This will also allow for more watchdog action. Like if you recall, I helped organize a multilingual site with easy-to-follow instructions for reporting on the crew to consumer protection agencies. Well, maybe the NGO could set something like that up for every big shutdown where the game is destroyed in the future. There are lots of smaller angles too that can increase the pressure. Like I would bet it starts to get a lot easier to get refunds on games that get destroyed in many countries, even before all the legal matters are settled. Now, there's a lot of people involved now, so I'm not trying to dismiss anyone, but you can thank Moritz Katzner and his team for spearheading the NGO and helping us with so much influence. Parliament. Since we got the to dismiss anyone, but you can thank Moritz Katzner and his team for spearheading the NGO and helping us with so much influence in Parliament. Since we got the signatures, in my opinion, he's been doing as much for the movement in the political sphere as I did on the issue on everything prior to that, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. That could be why he tends to not sleep. I've told him he should sleep, but whatever. Edgar Allan Poe didn't like sleep either. So we're going to have a European NGO. They'll have more details later. But wait, there's more. Did I say NGO? I meant NGOs. There's a second one launching also. Yes, there is going to be a second Stop Killing Games NGO, except in the United States. Political activists in the US were inspired by what we're doing and have secured some real funding. And because he's such a workhorse, Moritz is helping them by getting the process started to pass legislation in multiple states. He's even flown out to DC to get the ball rolling. It's underway. He's setting it up so that the US members will take over. I admit, I did not see that coming. That we're having law drafted on this in the USA before the EU. Now, before people get too excited, I've never hidden the fact that I'm very skeptical of our odds of changing.
Hello, there we go. Hello. Is this my webcam by any chance? What's going on? Yeah, no, I think it is my mic.
This in the US, because unlike the EU, the legal foundation isn't there. So the only way to fix this is through new law. But I would love to have my cynicism proven wrong. At the very least, it won't hurt anything and can raise more attention on solving the problem either there or elsewhere. Actually, what I kind of hope this does is maybe give the industry some pause. Like, should we be spending millions on fighting this issue when we could be spending thousands, if that, just fixing the problem so our customers stop lobbying against us? Like, I get why the industry fights so hard against regulating predatory monetization. If the video game industry can't push microtransactions on kids and gambling addicts easily, that could literally cost them billions. So while I'm not a fan of that, I at least understand why they spend a lot fighting that. But our issue?
Hey, still here, just chilling. Did you see my last messages in chat? Yeah, I did. Sorry if I didn't respond to them. Thank you for the talk we had in DMs. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Having bare bones end-of-life plans?
Oh, crap.
That's peanuts. They are absolutely spending more money on lobbyists to fight this than it would take to fix their development process, and then the cost would be almost nothing afterwards. And as a bonus, then their customers would like them more. Now, between the two NGOs, I'm told they also plan to make this a global movement. I don't have any details yet, but maybe they could follow up on our consumer action in Australia. Or maybe they could get lawsuits back on the table in Brazil like we attempted earlier. I don't even know everything they have planned, but it feels like this is coming together to apply pressure on this from all sides. But back to the EU. I said earlier I think we're going to win this. That's because there are two basic ways we can win. The first and the best option is introducing new law that specifically addresses the problem, like we've been doing. Doing it this way can make the transition as easy as possible, take industry concerns into account, and it's faster. But let's say we lose on all fronts on that. Say the EU Commission doesn't want new regulation, getting support in Parliament isn't enough, we can't push the Citizens Initiative forward, we can't get in the Digital Fairness Act, and we can't make it into the Digital Content Directive. If all that...
Alright, I'm gonna stop it right there for the most part. I'm gonna try and go for more, for Dylan Page. Right. By the way, IOPan, did you actually send some videos that I can react to? Let me check just in case. Let me check. Reaction video suggestions, memes, Pokemon card resellers. There's this video from Lack of Entertainment. Sure, let me see. I mean, these are pretty old news. I don't think that's a pretty good idea. So let me just go ahead and go for Bruin Page and just watch his latest video. Right, so let's go with this one.
Oh, since we last spoke, so much has developed in the Iran war, from the first US casualties to American jets being shot down by accident. It also has massively widened.
Holy
it's now
shit.
spread to a whopping 13 countries. But not only that, because even the UK is now allowing their air bases to be used by the US. We're also
Bro,
going to
are
talk
we in
about
World War
a couple of
III?
other things
What the
like
fuck?
this clip, fooling millions of people across the internet. And then, of course, as promised on Saturday, Bill Clinton, because he's become the first ever former president to be forced to testify in front of Congress. So we got a lot to go through in today's War Room special. So subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and let's stop the yapping and let's get
Papa Meat. Yeah. You know what? I should probably check Papa Meat after
we've been
this.
covering the US-Iran war non-stop over the entire weekend, and boy, have you guys got a lot of updates to catch up on. So we're gonna run through this rapid fire. Firstly, as you guys have most likely heard by now, Iran's supreme leader is dead. So it's been confirmed by the US and Israel that their initial strikes on Iran not only killed Khamenei, who was the leader of the country for almost 40 years. Just think about that for a second. But also killed in these strikes was his daughter, granddaughter, son-in-law, and daughter-in-law. This was announced with tears on Iranian national television.
Boo-hoo.
کوه نستوه ولایت پدر مهربان امت رهبر و امام مسلمین حضرت آیت الله العظما سید علی حسینی خامنه ای در راه سربلندی حرم جمهوری اسلامی ایران شهد گوارای شهادت را نوشیدند. Then
on top of that, the Israeli Defense Force confirmed via X that all of Iran's senior leaders, Axis coalition, who are in power, I guess were in power, have been eliminated. That is over 16 top officials. Just think about that in the structure of your country. Imagine your country's 16 top officials gone. And if you think about it, that means in the first 3 months of 2026, we had Maduro in January, then we had El Muncho in February, and then on the last day of the month, so basically March, we had the supreme leader all gone. Now, I'd love to get into what, their supreme leader dying means
Honestly,
for
I'm
Iran
speechless.
and dive into it deeper, but we got so much to go through. We need to just crack through this. Now, talking about Iran's fatalities, the U.S. have recorded their first official fatalities as well. The U.S. Central Command have reported that 4 service members as of March the 2nd have been killed, but they did not reveal how they were killed, what country this was in, or their identities. They said this was out of respect for their families and until their next of kin have been notified. 5 other U.S. service members have sustained minor injuries like shrapnel injuries and concussions, but they are already being processed and then put back on duty. Now, Trump has acknowledged these deaths and then warned there will likely be more.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's...
Sorry, it's just that he just cut into him saying exactly what he said. It's like, oh, there likely be more. And there likely be more. It's like, yeah, we get it. He said that. Wait. Pressing the wrong button here.
Is likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization.
Also, we heard that 3 U.S. military aircraft have been shot down in Kuwait. Now, this was confirmed by both the U.S. military and the Ministry of Defense in Kuwait, and videos show 3 F-15E fighter jets spiraling to the ground while on fire as their pilots ejected to safety. Now, an official Kuwait spokesperson said that they launched a search and rescue for these pilots, and images from the scene show them, these pilots being placed into the back of vehicles and then being transferred to hospital. Now, important to know that it's been confirmed that all of these pilots have survived. But here's the thing, whenever an F-15 or any military aircraft is shot down, it is a very significant moment. Not only because, the modern F-15s are about $90 million, but also they were shot down by friendly fire. It was actually Kuwait's missile defense system, and another crazy point on that, it was the US that gave them that missile defense system. So it's all going off. Also, since this war is kicked off, the price of oil and gas has skyrocketed. Now, Qatar, who actually accounts for about 20% of the global supply of liquefied natural gas, they've had to pause production, and that is because an Iranian missile and drone hit some of their facilities. And then the same thing for Saudi. Actually, there was intercepted missiles. The debris fell into one of their largest oil refineries and caused a huge fire. They had to temporarily halt production of, oil as well. To make it worse, Iran is now shut down and also attacked ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Strait of Hormuz, as you're probably already aware, is one of the most important shipping lanes for oil in the entire world. Meaning, all of this kind of taken into account on Monday when the markets finally reopened. They often start this kind of stuff when markets are closed on the weekend, just a little future tidbit. But oil prices have jumped and stock markets have dipped. Price for gas spiked sharply, and at one point it even peaked at 42% above the price it was on Friday. Brent crude oil also went up by about 13% and reached about $82 per barrel, which is the highest it's been in 14 months. This is on the first day, remember. Then we also got reports from Iran that the US hacked their national television feed as this was all going down and then broadcasted a speech from Trump. They even put Arab subtitles in there. Now, Trump made a direct statement to the people of Iran saying that the US is backing them and, quote, now is the time to unlock a glorious future for the country. They also reportedly broadcasted a speech from Benjamin Netanyahu, and it's pretty crazy that the capabilities that the US and Israel have, they just hack their national television, play it to the mass. That's wild. Also, because
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm honestly kind of surprised. And yeah, he's actually going to bring up the, oh wow, I'm a little bit to the left. Let me fix that a bit. There we go. So yeah, no, I'm honestly surprised that all these good things seem to be happening right now. And yeah, no, I really am just, honestly, this is good news, right? Let me just change mine. Bingo. Right. Much better. So yeah, no, honestly, this is very much similar to what happened in Venezuela. So yeah, it's pretty much good news all throughout. But hopefully there's not going to be any missiles that come over to where I live, right? I do have a friend called Fifansir that yeah, he lives in Israel, so unfortunately missiles are just a fact of life for him. But thankfully the missiles aren't capable of actually reaching the US and therefore Puerto Rico, so I don't really think it's going to happen. But yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
Some pretty insane visuals coming from the US where Iranians are celebrating in the streets of LA in support of Trump and obviously the death of the supreme leader. And then during a similar demonstration in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter named Vinny, he is being praised after he seemingly refused to obey a text message from his superiors which instructed him not to focus on the pro-Trump celebrations. And then during a similar demonstration in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter named Vinny, he is being praised after he seemingly refused to obey a text message from his superiors, which instructed him not to focus on the pro-Trump celebration.
Wait. Okay, I need to hear that because that's so fucking bizarre. Also, I'm getting DMs, so it's a bit hard to catch up.
Named Supreme Leader. And then during a similar demonstration in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter named Vinny, he is being praised after he seemingly refused to obey a text message from his superiors, which instructed him not to focus on the pro-Trump celebrations.
Oh, that is a Giga Chad. That is some Giga Chad right there. W supporter. I mean, not supporter. Reporter. There we go. W reporter. Holy shit. That is some. Let me just like. Holy shit. W reporter. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, no.
What's that mean?
It means they don't want us to focus on this.
Well, I am.
And then, probably in the most significant update over the weekend, the war is widening and fast. Now, what started as a conflict between three countries, the US, Israel, and Iran, has now dragged in a staggering 13 into the fallout. And by the time you're watching this, that number might even be higher. And today marked a major escalation because Iran struck UK military bases in Cyprus, meaning for the first time, this war has now officially touched European territory. Now, in response, the UK has authorized the United States to use its bases to help destroy Iran's missile systems. And then, as for Cyprus, because obviously this was on their island, a member of the European Parliament for Cyprus is now calling for a response. And that's not even the only major development today, because Lebanon, they've been the latest country to be dragged into this. After Hezbollah, which are obviously located in Lebanon, they launched strikes on Israel today in solidarity with Iran. Then, of course, there is NATO. We got their first remarks on this whole situation after their Secretary General. He called Iran a threat to Europe, Israel, and the wider region, saying Europe is now really stepping up after this weekend's operations. But then he was asked if NATO forces would get involved themselves, and he made it very clear. He said this is being led by the United States and Israel. So for now, NATO is staying out of it. It's also probably worth noting that at this point, all the way from, I guess, I don't know whether we want to say it's from Israel or Cyprus now, but all the way from Israel or Cyprus down to Pakistan and Afghanistan, that is just war zones. Like, that's 3,000 miles of war zones, because as we spoke about on Saturday's episode, Pakistan and Afghanistan, they've declared an open war. So, crazy.
Jesus.
Anyway, this situation is developing so fast, which is why this video is potentially with you on Monday and not Tuesday. I don't even know when I'm able to get this to you, but yeah. There's going to be a lot more updates on Thursday's episode or Wednesday, depending on how much things kick off. But yeah, for any breaking news, go follow me on Instagram or TikTok. But for now, moving on. Now, let's talk about this whole Jim Carrey situation, because this has been a roller coaster, you know, as if we didn't have enough trust issues with the world, with AI, with mistrust of the media. Turns out, this video might have never been Jim Carrey. Let me
Wait,
explain.
what?
So as you have probably seen by now, over the past few days, there's been this viral moment, and it's caused chaos online. You know, there's Jim, he's speaking to the press after receiving this honorary award in Paris. Now, people were questioning, you know, why does he look so different, especially since this was his first public appearance in months. You know, some people chalked it up to the cosmetic procedures of Hollywood. We've seen that too many times. And then others, you know, started claiming that he actually been replaced. Now, the people making the body double replacement claims, they started getting called conspiracy theorists. Like, come on, guys. Because the body double theory, this is not the first time that's being claimed.
I've done this a few times now, and it's using a decoy.
I'm sorry, a decoy?
Using a decoy. It sounds so ridiculous, but it works like a
like a double.
It's fantastic.
Like a Jim Carrey double.
A Jim Carrey double.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Wait, so that's a Jim Carrey double?
Sucks all the press in that direction, and I can just have my day.
But come the 2nd of March, we may or may not owe those conspiracy theorists an apology. And you'll see what I mean. Because a famous impersonator posted a picture of himself on Instagram disguised as Jim Carrey with the caption saying, Alexis Stone as Jim Carrey in Paris. Bro, this is not what humanity needs right now, because our eyes, our own two eyes, are already fighting battles. We're on the front lines when it comes to AI. We don't know what to trust anymore. But now you're telling me we've got to distrust real videos and images too? And so just when we were thinking like, damn, he got us. He really got us. There might have been a complete twist, because now people are claiming that what Alexis Stone posted is AI, and that he is lying, and that actually is the real Jim Carrey.
Okay. So this is starting to devolve into a he said, she said type of situation, and frankly, I really have no idea what is going on with this. But yeah, no, I really don't trust anything until like someone tells the truth, and even then, that's not exactly reliable. But yeah, no.
God damn it! Now, it would be real nice if Jim Carrey or his team could just come out and be like, was that you or not? Because we're getting really sick of this corn casserole. Now, one thing that we do know is that the general delegate of the award ceremony told Variety that it was Jim Carrey. They said that this event had been planned for months in advance and that the clone rumor is nonsense. So was it Jim Carrey on stage and then the Alexis Stone interview, that was the body double? I don't know, man. We just don't know yet until Jim Carrey comes out and confirms it. Point is, we don't know what to believe. That is why you're subscribed to this channel, because we can help. I mean, right in this instance, at least you don't know. It's kind of 50-50.
Yeah.
Anyway, you'll know when we know, and we'll be doing the deep dive, you know it. Moving on. Okay, this next one is incredibly important. You see, a lot of citizens have been asking, what improvements is the Empire making in the Big 26? I am very glad you asked, because introducing the Empire Support Hub for emotionally exhausted peasants.
What the fuck?
For short. You see, we talk about a lot of pretty crazy shit on this channel, and we sacrifice a lot of lambs too. And over time, that takes a toll. So, whenever you're feeling weary and you just can't take it anymore, we have created a hotline for you to unload your emotional baggage. Landline at protonmail.com. And yes, I'm glad you noticed we have a group sponsor, Proton Mail. Yeah, we can now upgrade from plastic chairs to metal ones. But also, because we need sheep to be a safe and secure place, with Proton Mail, your trauma dumping will be end-to-end encrypted. No one's gonna see your dirt. And I mean, if we use Gmail, you'd probably be getting avatar.
Oh my god, this goes for like an...
So share your pain with us today at landline at protonmail.com. Moving on! Also over the weekend, like there wasn't enough going on, there was a horrific shooting in Austin, Texas. 3 people were killed and 14 were injured after a gunman opened fire at a beer garden at about 2 a.m. on Sunday. Here's the thing, we're now learning that this shooting may have a pretty wild twist. The FBI are now investigating this as a potential act of terrorism with links to, you guessed it, Iran. Still unconfirmed, but that's what they are investigating it for. Now, the individual who was shot and killed by authorities at the scene, which it was about less than 1 minute in response from when this was kicking off to when police arrived. I read it was about 58 seconds, 53 seconds, which... well done, police. But the shooter has been identified as a 53-year-old naturalized American citizen originally born in Senegal. Now, the Department of Homeland Security said that he first entered the U.S. in 2000 on a tourist visa, but became a lawful permanent resident 6 years later, and he married a U.S. citizen. Now, according to eyewitness testimony, he drove past the bar in his SUV several times before opening fire on the bar from within the car. He then drove it around the corner, parked up, and then got out with a rifle and then continued with the attack. And we've also since learned that the shooter wore a t-shirt with an Iranian flag and Iran spelled out in green, white, and red across the front. He also apparently wore a sweatshirt which read "Property of Allah" on it, which is kind of why they are investigating this as a terrorism incident. But yeah, this is still being investigated. There's nothing confirmed. We don't know if it is or isn't officially yet, but of course, I'll give you guys an update when we know.
Ms. Kablina, can I share something with you on stream? I have a nuanced take when it comes to our gun regulation. Sure, go ahead. That's what I'm doing the stream for. Right. Yeah. Let's do that.
Moving on. And then also just to wrap up the main news of the weekend, Bill Clinton, he testified. And as I promised you guys, I'd give you an update on how that went. Now, just like with his wife Hillary, the entire hearing had to be kept private, and we don't have any transcriptions yet. We don't have any video footage yet. Those things are still being worked through. I believe they will be released at some point to the public. But what we do know from the press that was in there is that just like his wife, he denied any wrongdoing. Bill also apparently told Congress that he knew nothing and he did nothing wrong. He was asked about all of these photos with him, in a swimming pool, in a hot tub, whilst these individuals' faces were redacted, and he reportedly said that he didn't know this woman in the hot tub, and he never slept with her.
Yeah, considering the last, sex scandal he was in, I don't think I believe it.
Hearing an iconic phrase in my head right now, Alex, you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong.
Now, he did admit that he was on the plane. I mean, it's pretty hard not to admit. But then he said that he never would have flown on his plane if he had any inkling of what he was doing, referring to Epstein. He actually even went as far to say that he would have turned Epstein in himself if he knew. Now, the line of questioning went on for about 6 hours, similar to Hillary. But what's different about Bill than Clinton is that Bill never spoke to the press after, so we don't really have any official comments from him. According to James Comer, the Republican chairman, he said that Bill answered every question and was cooperative. But yeah, a full transcript of the entire hearing will be released in a few days. I do believe so, and that's going to be pretty interesting to see, read, and hear. But yeah, I think that is a wrap for today's episode. It's been a tiring weekend. Lot is going on. So I'll just keep you guys updated when we know more. But let's cue that beautiful outro song. Let's stop the gambling.
All right. I was trying to say in voice chat while you were screaming that we can have a little combo if you want. Okay. Miss Galina, can I? Okay. You still haven't shared that thing? Huh. Anyway, right. So let's see. Let's see what we can. You know what? I thought of maybe playing a little bit of the whole thing. Let's see. Let's open up bottles. Speed 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and play a little bit. Actually, I could play some of those quick games if I want. So, you know what? I don't know. Let's see. Anything? Ah. Alright, so let's see what we do in this little roguelike. Okay, 5% interest. Every 7 spins, you'll see a pattern. You will see pattern zig and zag missing spins. Okay. Okay, let's... Okay, this should be easy to just get over with, so yeah. Oh, hold on, my cat. Sorry about that. Right, so let's go ahead and continue. I'm thinking of some strategies. These will give you anything. Diamonds manifest more often. I found a winning strategy. Increase the values of pattern with 4+ symbols by their value. Okay. Let's take a piss. 25%. Holy shit, I got a lot of tickets. Make 2 random lucky charms and serve free, sets to 0, double your points. Activate all other. No, thank you. Let me just see. Triggered by red button, gains 4 luck for the next spin. Increase interest by. Okay. Not my work. Score Sinbook's multiplier +1 for every 5 you own. No, thank you. Haha, I didn't lose any money. Fuck off. Alright. I can't quit now. Double jackpot's value. There we go.
Let's go.
Come on, I need a jackpot. I am not getting... There's a book in there. Talk about unlucky.
Let's go.
Almost a jackpot. Jackpot, jackpot, ah!
Let's go.
Nice. Yeah, I'm dead. There's no way that this is gonna help. Hold on. just There you go. Okay, so yeah, that should do it. Wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm stuck with the webcam audio.
Ha! Alright, let me see this.
Hello. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so how are you, Dram?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Wait, what does this tweet say? I've seen a lot of crazy things, but truly one of the craziest things I've ever seen is watching the Iranian people celebrate freedom while simultaneously watching leftist protests in favor of the Iranian, what is Ayutthaya, whatever, however you pronounce it. Bro, that's funny. Dictator dies, North Carolina most affected. That is insane, bro.
yeah.
It's bad funny, man. Bro, we're not even in the same continent, but fucking, yeah, okay, these people are the most affected by it. Fuck.
Let's go.
Oh, what the fuck? Your voice chat with him? Yeah, I'm with Dram. IFM. I already asked him about it. Yeah, I really need a jackpot for this. some predefined charms will be banned for the rest of the round. You'll be able to check the terminal to see which ones. 12 for the rest of the round, and 0 tickets until the round unless any effect changes this number.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean,
Wait, what the? Wait, what is this tweet? Is this really what Twitch is now? I would assume they're all Hitler Youth races under there. I don't even know who this is. Cali Calico. I'm not too sure who that is. I know who Camilla is, Chibidoki, and Cha Cha.
Oh.
Fuck.
The thing is, I asked if you wanted to do. The thing I asked you wanted to do it while you stream. Yeah. Anyway, you know what? I should probably react alongside. Graham. Graham, could you try and stream your YouTube through Discord? So
I can.
It's like, yeah. Let me just turn off Fuller Pit. Let me just right.
Lolly, 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 lolly.
Watch stream.
Yes, sir.
Alright, hold on. Let me just bingo. Let's go and stream this shit. Here we go. All right, let's go. Wait a minute. What's happening to Asmongold is not okay. Let me guess. Another mass cancellation event, isn't it?
I wouldn't exactly say cancellation, but more of like a mass dissociation, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Casey Tron is leading. Is pretty much trying to lead the charge of pretty much asking why. Pretty much asking why is Asmongold still involved with Mythic Talent? Because he is a I think he was the founder, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Let me just stop. There we go. But yeah, I'm honestly surprised that like Casey Strong is still at her. You know, she's still at it with Asmongold. Like, didn't she already learn her lesson the last time she was like fucking screwed by Asmongold?
Not even by Asmongold. It was Ethan Klein.
Yeah. But like,
Yeah, I
bro,
don't.
she.
It's a bit interesting because I don't understand why that she just keeps why she keeps running her mouth like by saying all these things. It's like to me I just think it's crazy because it's that she lost her lawsuit, and I don't even know how much money that she had to give, and maybe then
Yeah.
more or something. Um but I don't know. She, from what it looks like, she clearly did not learn her lesson at all.
I think she's just farming. I think she's just farming Asmongold for all I know. It's for all it's worth.
But what is it? But like, is she really gaining anything from it?
I don't know, views or something?
I don't know. Probably. But if that's not if that's not the case, then then what's really the point? It's like iDubbbz that's trying to farm that's trying to farms like Asmongold. It's like, brother, no one cares. Oh man. Man, that's sad. Yeah. Sometimes I see the whole situation with iDubbbz and I'm just like, damn.
Are you playing
He
the
should
video by any chance?
no. I have it paused. Have you seen any of those videos of like the whole thing with the iDubbbz as like, he's a dragon now?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
dragon?
He's a dragon now. He's a VTuber.
What the fuck? That's like, I don't know, what the hell? Are you freaking serious?
Yeah. Let me
What the fuck?
hold on. Let me type in the top. Let me put iDubbbz.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go. Dragon.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's literally
Oh no.
he's literally a dragon now. This is his model now.
What the fuck? Okay. I'm pretty sure that's like one of those free models. Let me just look at it. Let me just get an idea of what the hell he's doing now. Like, first he was called a cuck, now he's a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that. Why are you muted?
I just muted it.
Yeah, but bro.
I am a scaly.
He has music in the background, so I don't know.
That is fantasy. This is reality. How's it gone, bros? How's it gone, bros?
Oh yeah, I knew he was using like animes. Yeah. Animes has a lot of models like that, so of course I knew it was from there. The only thing that sucks.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that even existed.
Yeah, it's a VTubing software that you like subscribe to, and it has like a bunch of 3D models you can fuck around with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Subscribe to learn empathy.
Greetings.
Oh my god.
And salutations. Well,
I mean, I guess it's good that he's having fun. He's just yapping like everybody, like me.
I mean, like, I guess so, but the thing about it is that it's like, how do you like? To me, I just think it's like, sure, I can understand that sentiment, but it'd be more understandable if this was like, if he was doing this for like, if he was doing this for like a long time in terms of like his content and stuff, like I'd be like, okay, like it'd be understandable, but this was not at all his content.
Yeah, he's like turning a new leaf or something.
I'm trying to find that one.
I'm not that sort of dragon.
I remember some people were saying like they were saying something that he had a, what was it? He had a,
that he was a cuck.
No, not that. Well, yes, but no. It was, he had a a picture or something like that. But on the picture, it had his wife
Fuck.
or his husband or something like that as like a goblin or some shit.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's not. It's clear. It's clearly not in this video.
Wait, okay. Let me just check. iDubbbz Goblin girlfriend.
There's a video by Diesel Patches. I mean, he's pretty good.
I don't know. I don't see any pictures of her being a goblin. Is that just?
I don't know. I don't know if she was like a goblin, but she was something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This I won't lie to you. Here's the thing. This right here, this video, depending on which one it is, either it's Asmongold or a Diesel Patch. It doesn't matter which one. But here's the thing: he had when he debuted with this, with this model. I guess you could say he debuted with this model. But when he showed this model, he had a watermark displayed on the screen, which I'm like,
yeah, that's the watermark that appears when you don't pay. So after he definitely paid for it to remove it. That's the thing. That's how animes works.
No. He specifically he put his own watermark, but he put his own watermark on it. But I assume it was a message from. I'm pretty sure you know the concept the content creator Destiny, or the political streamer Destiny.
Yeah, I know him.
Let's just say he put up a particular. I mean, I don't know if this one. I don't know if this one Asmongold says it. He probably does. But he put a message that Destiny put a message, and he had that as a watermark. I don't know why though, but I think it's pretty clear why that's the case.
Okay, let's see what he says.
VTuber iDubbbz, what is this?
I mean, it's like the only fucking content they have over there, right? Like,
what is? He's a
that
dragon?
podcast is full of talentless hacks.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
If they spent a quarter of the amount of time.
Oh, wait, what the hell? It says something there. It says H3 is likely a pedo. What the fuck? Is that him just dissing? Is that Disney dissing on H3?
Oh, 1000%, yeah. That's him. That's definitely iDubbbz trying to rip towards H3, 1000%.
Yeah, no. He absolutely. Yeah, no. That is some fuck. Yeah, no. 1000%.
I think, yeah. Honestly, I don't know if there's gonna. I don't know if this could be some sort of like liable thing. I'm not even too sure.
Yeah, I don't know. They got beef though.
Oh yeah, they got beef.
To find actual talent and trying to not only like
skip the better one. I saw
hire
it already.
Talent. I don't know. It might be past that point of being able to hire talent. I don't think talent wants to associate with that shit now. But like they themselves, I don't know, like. Do some improv or something.
What the fuck?
Take some speaking classes, you know? Do something in the meanwhile to figure out how to be more entertaining or interesting.
The imp knows that AP has a chin implant.
He has crashed out so hard. This is insane. VTuber.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Diesel Patches ones will probably be a little bit better, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. Absolutely.
Oh man, what a sad individual.
Holy shit.
I know, I just talked about Ian, and dunking on him can get a bit repetitive, but sometimes I can't help myself. It's like a drug at this point. But if Ian wants me and many others to stop making videos on him, then he just needs to stop being a dipshit. That said, what could I possibly be covering today about—
There's a picture of Jack Doherty.
Said already. How much
Jack
more
Doherty?
could we possibly get? What, was Ian spewing another terrible political take again? Did he make fun of another immigrant for having culture shock? Or maybe Ian is now a VTuber with the model of a cartoon dragon advertising an allegation that Ethan Klein molests his children.
Okay, Diesel, come on. That's too far even for me. You can't just make jokes that out of pocket.
I read this last night and I said, this seems like something someone might want to address. What in the world is that?
I don't
What
even know
the fuck?
this, but
Wait, was that Destiny?
iDubbbz just keep getting.
Yeah, that was a message from. I don't know if that was supposed to be like from. It didn't look like it was Discord. It kind of.
No, Destiny. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah, it's Destiny.
What is that?
I think it's some Twitch for what it looks like.
Yeah, he was in Twitch
I
chat.
keep saying this, but how the fuck does iDubbbz just keep getting worse? It seems that Ian has now embraced a new persona identity using a shittily rendered cartoon dragon and talks like he's living in the Middle Ages.
They bring up a husband's milk.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I will give it that too. It's a really god awful render of a dragon. You know what? Here's the thing. There's this one video. I could send it to you, Rexy, if you want me to. There's this one specific video that I've seen. It's very unsafe for work. I mean, it's literally porn, where it's a dragon lady, and I'll be honest with you, she looks awesome. And the thing about it is that, like, how is it that you got people that do all this, adult content that have way better textures into their models, and then you got something like this made?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing about animes. It's such a weird program because some of the models look uncanny as fuck, and they don't look that good compared to like Live 2D or even like Vroid. I don't know. It's a very weird program. Not worth it in my opinion.
Which is crazy though, because you told me that do you have to pay for it to just even use it from the start, or is there like sample models you can use?
You can use sample models. There is a watermark that's going to be right there, and you have to pay a subscription to remove it.
Brother, like the crazy thing about it is that Vroid doesn't even have that, and that's a completely free program.
Yeah. Also, Live 2D has a watermark, but I paid to remove it, and it's like one-time purchase.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And you got to pay a subscription for that. Yeah, you don't even do that for Vroid, because I tried looking at see if there's anything that you could pay for or anything. Yeah, there's really nothing for what I saw.
Yeah.
So it's literally a program that someone's making, because I've had the app for like a long time, and I do remember that there was like a fairly decent period of time where there wasn't really anything updates, and for some reason, I don't even know what it was, for the past like 3-4 months probably, that Vroid's been getting like constant updates. Like someone's been cranking out updates.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even. I'll be honest with you. When you told me what this program was, which I already forgot what it was, I didn't even know this shit existed.
Yeah, there's a reason that it's not very popular, and it's because the models look like ass.
Oh Lord. I believe it.
Military service, calling him a war criminal.
Like, I don't know. They even have a Donald Trump model.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Admittedly, however, the trade-off is
They just have to put the nostalgia critic.
massively pathetic.
I know.
Apparently,
Just throws a nostalgia critic in there. Bro, oh wow. I think that's dude. I won't lie. I think that was everyone when they saw this clip come out. They're like, bro, what am I watching?
It's like IDubbbz just suddenly transformed into his dragon persona, and then he's just pretending to be a medieval dragon. I mean, props to him for staying in character. Even I can't do that, but like, holy shit!
Oh, I know. Yeah, you see, like, you heard that too. Like, he has like an accent and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is keeping track with this. So he is cosplaying. So.
Yeah, no, he's maintaining that kayfabe.
Mm-hmm. So would that be a fursona at that point, or would that be like
I guess it depends on whether or not he actually identifies as a furry. I don't know. Technically, it is, but I don't know. Like, I don't think there has been any statements.
Would it be a little bit different because since using a dragon, would it be more of a scaly? But is a fursona shared with scalies as well?
Here's the thing. I think scalies are just like a subset, like a subculture within the furry community. They kind of exist alongside furries, but yeah, technically fursona, but I think it's more appropriate to say scale sona or some shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. There's probably fursona, but that doesn't make sense because there's no fur here.
Yeah. That's the reason why I question it, because it's like furry, which it makes sense because they're fur-like characters and things like that, which makes sense. But with the ones that are scalies, I'm like, would that really be in the same area as terms of fursona?
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind some dragon designs have fur in them, so they look a lot more like foxes or wolves or some shit. And you also have the Eastern dragons, which are furry. So the little long Chinese dragons.
Yeah, those are furry. I mean, those have fur.
Yeah, they have fur. At least like on their backs, right? And they have like a long little like beard, like a little chin.
Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I have seen that.
Remember that dragon chick from like Raya and the Last Dragon? Yeah, that's another example of a Chinese or Eastern dragon, not a Western dragon. That's what they call it.
Yeah. There isn't. I think it was an anime or maybe it was a movie, an anime movie. I forgot which one it was, but yeah, that I do remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes sense.
So yeah, there's a lot of nuance when it comes to like dragons in the furry community.
Yeah. Imagine that, like people asking like a deep dive question. It's like, are scalies considered fursonas?
Yeah, that's honestly a pretty good question. But yeah.
All right, let's see this.
Ethan Klein put up some sort of pedophile-related billboard, presumably because everyone hates him and.
Bro got beef.
His mind is not very sharp. Oh, someone's feelings were hurt. You're an arrogant asshole who's constantly harassing people. Maybe people don't want to be associated with an arrogant asshole.
Okay, so Retardgarian isn't the only new character on the stream show. Anissa has also embraced a new identity. And because Ian is a dragon, Anissa will have to pick...
What?
Wait. Is this the part where she is revealed as a goblin? Because I'm a goblin too.
I don't think so. There's might be some other thing, but I don't know. That's what I heard, but I don't know how true that is. But the funny thing enough is that did you ever see the cosplay between him and his wife that he was what was IDubbbz again? He was what's that Dobby? I think that's what he was, because they're cosplaying Harry Potter.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Dobby.
Yeah, he was literally cosplaying Dobby. I don't know why though. Like from all the characters you could be, why Dobby?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for images of him like cosplaying.
Just look up iDubbbz and Dobby. Like that'll probably pop up.
No, nothing. Then again, I'm using DuckDuckGo, so maybe Google might be able to find it.
I was just saying, just go to YouTube. Yeah, there it is. Dobby. It's right there.
Yeah,
Maybe
let me check.
Yeah. It's pretty bad, to be honest.
Pick something that relates to the creature. Out of all of the fantasy characters Anissa could have selected, she has decided to go with Imp. You know what? That one's actually very fitting.
Oh, Imp. Okay, yeah, there it is.
Okay, so it wasn't a goblin, but it's close. It's like adjacent to goblins.
Yeah, it's what was it? It's like a fire goblin, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it's more like a demon, small demon.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, you're pausing way too much.
Into this new fantasy world.
The imp has something to say.
Oh.
The imp would like to say that the person who is asking the question
Oh, I thought we were going to see a model.
We're now using him.
Yeah, I think that's her.
Source. I know what you smell and look like, and your mother hates you. Die, but in a video game, of course.
Ah, yes. Now that is a voice I could tolerate from a stream that can last for hours.
The imp would like 34% of your gold.
Now, cringy VTuber model.
Oh my god.
The real issue.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
34% of your gold.
Now,
if I remember correctly, isn't that no, that's not right. Is that how much they took? What was What was the number of like how much they took from the boxing? What was the what was the boxing thing they had? God, I forgot.
Yeah, I think it's a reference to that.
It is, isn't it? Was it 34%?
I think so. Let me check. iDubbbz 30%.
Because it was a crazy high number. Yeah, because they just pocketed that much. My God, dude, this soda's making me super burpy. Yeah, because I believe it was like 34%. Like it was a ludicrous amount.
Yeah,
like, I think,
probably.
Yeah, because from what I can remember, I think it was something like they were walking away with basically more than like $250,000 for what I can remember in that boxing. What is it called? The boxing, the creator boxing or something like that. Man, it's crazy that they had. How much did they do of those? I think it was like 3 of them. I think. Oh.
Cringy VTuber models and voices aside, the real issue with this stream is obviously Ian highlighting a very damaging allegation that Ethan is a pedo and his children are not safe around him. And now Ian doesn't say he believes these allegations are true, and he tries to cover his scaly ass by saying that these accusations are fucked up, but it doesn't really come across as him saying it in a way I don't believe it or I denounce what's being alleged here. He just finds an allegation against Ethan Klein and claims he better respond.
My watermark for the stream. I don't want any of my content being stolen. But I'm putting it on screen because I think it should be addressed because it's a big, bold accusation that's very fucked up. Enlargis says, so Destiny is a reliable source of info now? Or is it only people we don't like? We? Who's we? You? I don't know who you are. Also, I will say that I think Ethan Klein is terrified of this guy. So it's just kind of like legit. It is to me. It's super funny that he has so much smoke for everyone that he thinks he can bully, but the person that he's fucking terrified, he just keeps very overtly running from.
See, guys, this allegation right here, it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Mind touching his kids, that's fucked up, not funny, not cool, just completely messed up. Anyways, let's go ahead and make it the stream watermark.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Destiny is unhinged, and I've never heard this accusation before, and Ian fails to prove why it could be credible, or why it's worth displaying, or getting this accusation out to the public.
You know, bro could just be sued for slander. Like he could just be sued for slander.
Do you think that might be possible? You think it might be enough for like slanders for something slander?
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it above Ethan Klein for doing that, because it's like you're basically saying something that is provably false, right? And I think the only thing he has to do is prove that it is false, which would be easy, right?
Yeah.
So now he has to basically go. Now Destiny and him have to go out and prove, oh yeah, there is proof that he might be a pedophile.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fucking legal mess. I'm pretty sure Legal Minds is going to cover this sometime.
Probably. Maybe he has already. Maybe not.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think it's ridiculous because I honestly I don't think Ethan would do anything, because it's one of those things where it's like, why even bother with it? Because like, why even go after someone whose career is where he's literally sinking? This like what is where his iDubbbz's career is literally in a what are those things called? In a
shitter?
No,
Gutter?
not shitter.
Gutter?
In a what is it, in quicksand? Like that, like that's what's happening in this with this career. He's in quicksand. He is slowly sinking more and more and more day after day. So it's like, why even bother with that? You know, it's like eventually his career will cease to exist. So it's like, I think it'd be more better for Ethan just to watch that, just watch someone slowly just drown in the sand because of their own stupidity. Instead of just going out of his way to sue him. I don't know. To me, it's just not worth the hassle. You know?
All right. Then again, only time will tell.
It's like trying to sue a bum, It's like, why even do that? Like, who cares? That's literally what it is.
To parade it around, which kind of implies like it's pretty damning and there's evidence to back it up, or else why would you show it? Is this okay behavior to you? Is this empathy? Using unverified career ruining accusations as your stream's watermark for everyone to see because you don't like the guy? People could join midstream not knowing the context and think, oh, I didn't know Ethan Klein was a kid diddler. Man, somebody should call CPS again. To take a page out of Ian's book, I've decided that just in case no one steals my shitty video that less than 200 people watch, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this here. No, just to verify again, this is appalling. With all that said, let us continue.
The imp would like to comment on the allegations.
Okay, go ahead, imp.
The imp also heard somewhere that a court mandated that iDubbbz...
Is he doing that voice?
Yeah.
That's Diesel doing those voices? Oh my god.
is prohibited from being less than 30 feet around schools.
Oh, well thank you, Imp. I will update the watermark. It's just funny too because it's obvious he wants this allegation to spread and it couldn't come from a more biased source. Before we continue on, I just want to mention Ian now has a viewer discretion warning on his streams, so I'm assuming we're getting pretty close to the iDubbbz OnlyFans arc. Be very afraid. These two spend the rest of the stream shit-talking everyone on the H3 podcast while continuing to keep this unhinged comment on the screen for everyone to see.
The imp knows that AB has a chin implant as well. The imp would like to say that Dan is by far the worst of all of the staff. The imp always remembers and will haunt your nightmares for the rest of eternity. Dan, you are a disappointment to your family lineage.
You don't understand. We won't get views if we don't harass people.
Yeah, how dare you bring harassment onto others? Not like us presenting a life-ruining allegation towards a crowd of viewers that hate you. Oops. You and Anissa are literally doing the same shit Ethan does to you. You both say horrendous shit about each other. The only difference is your audience is much smaller, and that's nobody's fault but your own.
Maybe it's worth it, bitch. Maybe don't get views. Maybe that trade is not worth it.
I'm sure Ethan would rather be in the sorry state you two are in. Instead of making a shitload of money, he can sit in his swampy basement while playing furry with his OnlyFans wife. He's sure missing out.
Whoa, 25 gifted!
The imp is doing a little dance that you can't see.
Dance imp, dance. The imp is dancing. Ooh!
You know what's interesting is that when I'm hearing the accents of the imp, it's just to me, I just hear an old lady, just like just like a witch, you know.
Yeah, like the wicked witch of the west.
That's what I be like. I'm imagining, right? And always see is the witch from from what was the Snow White or some shit, that that's the void, that's the face that's appearing in my head, and like when she's doing the imp voice. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Jesus.
Why was I able to smell that?
The imp would just like to say that we are blessed with mental health that is so strong, and we are genuinely very happy, and that is why we can joke and laugh with you all and give you all a break from this shit online. And I'm so glad that we can share that with all of you, and we love you very much.
Yeah, well, I think the imp is delusional and inhaling the most potent copium that exists today. Look at yourselves. You are not happy. Happy people don't spread around false pedophile allegations while disguised as a fruity cartoon dragon. This is wrong. You people need help. Go away. Go offline now. This is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my 8 years of making videos. This is a pathetic display of existing. Quit now.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better, honestly.
Yeah. And the thing about it too, and I think what makes it even worse is that I think they're not even in the States anymore. They live in Canada, which is even worse, because let's say that if they were really making money from like everything that they're doing, they would have to pay significantly more taxes. Like significantly more. I think the tax, over there is like 60%, I think. It's insane. Honestly, I think it would have been more cheaper for them if they just stayed in California. But I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like what's her face's parents lives in Canada probably. So maybe that's the reason why they're there. I don't know.
All Hitler.
Hold on. Let me look up the Dobby. Dobby.
There's no way that it is. Oh my God! No, no, that is so stupid.
Yep. It's real.
It's not even a good cosplay of Dobby.
It's real. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, it sucks. It's horrible.
It's just like, why? And he's holding a trans flag and shit. It's like, what
God,
the fuck is happening?
Yeah, there's a reason I don't usually like to hold that flag, because cringe people like that always use that damn flag.
Oh man, who should I watch this from? Maybe Rev. Maybe it won't be that bad for Rev. Oh my God, dude, why?
All right.
Oh wait. There's a thing. There's a reaction from Ethan.
Yeah, we want to watch that.
Klein put up some sort of pedophile-related billboard, presumably because everyone hates him and he wants attention.
Oh, okay. So this is from that live stream of I assume is when they debuted his dragon.
Yeah. Also, I think that's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Okay.
Little sweeping for James Charles. Do you have any smoke for the guy that texts minors? Are you just gonna actually sweep for him?
You're an arrogant asshole.
By the way,
Constantly harassing people.
by the way, when I talk shit, you can see my face. You're hiding behind a $3 dragon avatar.
Shouldn't he stop playing dress up with dragons and like be
Get a
honestly
fucking
sending
job.
out resumes? You're a grown man. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Playtime stuff. No one cares. Go get a job, bro.
Ethan Klein put up.
Yeah. Wait. Wouldn't you call? Wouldn't you consider? I mean, in his defense, would you consider him streaming as a dragon his job? Right. I mean, is he actually earning money from this shit?
He is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that kind of. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because, he clearly is earning money from a bunch of gullible idiots.
But I think what it is that it's probably he's probably not making like he's probably not making enough where it'll keep him afloat essentially. So
yeah,
it'll be more better. It would be more efficient for him to to actually go get work, than being than him streaming all the time. I mean, I don't know how long he streams for.
Depends. I don't know. And then again, I think that he's just appealing to like a lot of partisan left people, and he's just trying to like siphon as much money from them as possible. I think that's his strategy.
It could be. Maybe he's trying to siphon money from people who hate Ethan Klein and
Yeah.
who knows, from other people.
I think he. I was gonna ask, is he like a Hassan orbiter by any chance?
I don't think so. I don't think he is. No.
Because I'm suspecting that he is in a Hassan orbiter, and he's just part of that network.
I don't doubt he's in some sort of like adjacent with with him as well. But I don't really think he cradles the balls like all the like some of the others like Casey Tron and what's the fat one again? Frogan, I think.
Yeah, Frogan, the Muslim one.
Isn't there another one?
No. Frogan is the Muslim one.
Yeah, no. That's what I mean. I was thinking about who was the other girl. I think what was the other girl? Denims, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan.
Yeah, those three. Yeah, but I don't doubt there are others. Maybe iDubbbz is considered a Hassan orbiter, probably. I wouldn't put it past it.
Yeah. Me neither. Anyway, I gotta get something to drink, so I'll just be right back.
All right,
you do your thing.
All right.
Who is aligning with a right-wing extremist. there to give sponsorships or help facilitate sponsorships with
Okay.
creators, and they're there to try to give additional opportunities. They're not there to direct what you can or can't do with your streams. They're there to give you additional opportunities to enhance what you already have. And guess who's a part of Night Media? Oh, it's Asmongold and Hassan Piker. I can't believe this. Yeah, they're under the same roof. This has been a thing for quite some time. It turns out people with very different belief systems can coexist under a talent agency. Who would have thought? Are we going to say that there's something wrong with Night Media? That they need to say something?
Yes.
They need to set values? They need to part ways with some of their talents, or their talents, in this case, have to say something about the management's view? Crazy. This is such a stupid standard. The attacking of sponsorships and guilt by association is the lamest behavior you will ever see. It is the desperate acts of people like Casey Tron, who cannot formulate any sort of a real discussion or discourse on anything they pretend to care about. Instead, they go after people with very ridiculous tactics like guilt by association and attacking sponsors as well. Now, of course, Casey Tron would add on to original post saying, there are a lot of creators on this list that I love and I think they are great. That's why I think it's important that they speak out against the brand risk Asmongold is causing them. Wait a second. I thought words didn't matter at this point. I thought it was action. So you want them to speak out against Asmongold, but you don't want them to even bother with anti-ICE or anti-war statements because it doesn't even matter at this point. So it seems like it's pretty clear what you want out of this. It's not some sort of a sense of justice. You just want to go after Asmongold, and you're using all these people as proxy. They're just pawns to you in the way, essentially. You're weaponizing them. You don't even want them to have the sort of anti-Asmongold political rhetoric that you're hoping to achieve. No, it's about just dunking on Asmongold and causing him harm and causing him to be isolated and have talents pull away from the agency. This is personal. This is not about doing the right thing. This is because Casey Tron is obsessed with Asmongold, and she's using this as a vehicle to do that and to achieve some sort of harm on him. But she continues on saying,
the crazy thing is that, like, why would anyone do or care anything what she has to say? It's like, brother, you've been doing content creation for like 10, not even 10, I think for like 13 plus years, and you barely have 100K followers on Twitter. It's like, brother, like the thing about it is that at one point in her career, when she was like, I think now she's like in her mid 30s, but in her career a long time ago, I think she was, from what I can remember, she was labeled as a titty streamer. And this was back when she was probably like 26, 25 or something like that. So now that she's in her mid 30s, very, very upset that, well, for what it looks like, she's no longer in the limelight anymore. Now she's doing all of this to gain, for what it looks like, a little bit of attention. And on top of that, why would anyone take any bit serious what she says is when she speaks so goddamn slow? Which, of course, is not really much of a bad thing if this is something that someone has, neurologically wrong. But I'll be honest with you, I've heard the way she's talked about in the past, and she sounded just fine. I just question what the hell happened to her now. And some people may say it's probably all the weed that she smokes, probably, or maybe it could have been something else. But she clearly developed something that she probably needs to get checked out.
And being represented by a company whose main figurehead is an alt-right extremist is not good for business. Many of these creators are apolitical in practice, not talking about politics, yet they're associated with a man who's making extremely harmful political takes every day. Being represented by Asmongold, I think, goes against many of their own business practices and standards. Asmongold needs to either step down from Mythic Talent, or people need to start leaving for other agencies that don't jeopardize their business image. Interesting. The only one who seems to be doing this is you. Nobody cared at all. This is a talent agency helping people get sponsorships. It's not that deep, okay? The opinions of Asmongold as a co-founder or the opinions of even the talent don't really matter. They're there to provide a service to these content creators. And now you're saying, if you're a part of this, well, you represent everything Asmongold does. Again, guilt by association. And also, you can see there's a demand here. She wants him to step down. It's really it's kind of a two-option prong here for Caseytron. You step down.
The true question is, how much does Asmongold really involve himself with Mythic Talent? Because from what I've heard, he doesn't really involve with it at all, really. Because he's got so much he has so much like other things and other businesses that I don't even think he has time to even do anything with Mythic Talent. And I think it's just handled by so many others that he doesn't even need to be part of it. His name just happens to be on the list, and that's it. I don't know.
Or your business is going to fail because all these people are going to leave. And she's trying to impress that upon the talents, that this business is falling apart. You better get out now. Yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. It's manipulative. And again, this isn't about achieving some sort of good or anything like that. She's doing this out of spite of Asmongold. This is all just about her vitriol that she directs towards Asmongold. Nothing else. Don't be fooled. Now, of course, again, thanks for bringing up Knight Media by proxy here. Knight Media is in an interesting situation because the CEO recently wrote an article about Twitch view botting. Now, you can find this article, right? You can read through it, but we're going to go through kind of the TLDR, right? So,
okay.
Bots finding ways to be undetected. Twitch doesn't enforce because more views looks better for advertisers. Claims he did his own botting research and found that $180 a week can get you 750 concurrent viewers. No downside to botting if you're in the top 500 streamers. If you're not botting, you're at a disadvantage because everyone else is. So that is the CEO
All right.
of Media, who apparently thinks botting is a no-lose situation. Interesting. Now, does Hassan have to say something about this directly? Does he need to condemn Knight Media's CEO? Otherwise,
what do you think about botting, though?
I honestly, I think it's just completely stupid.
Me too.
I don't think. I mean, here's the thing: if you're someone that's willing to bot your way to the top, here's the thing: there's a reason. There's a reason why. There's a reason why that there is a lot of content creators, especially when Twitch really started cracking down on the view botting and stuff. There's a reason why a lot of content creators weren't streaming for like months when that happened.
Really?
Yeah, there's definitely quite a handful of people that did not stream for a while after the whole view botting crackdown. I don't remember how many pulled back from streaming. I think one of them was Kai Cenat, but from what I've seen, it looks like he's doing fine. But I don't. That was one of the names that I kept hearing from here and there.
Yeah. Honestly, I just want, like, I don't know. I don't find view botting very appealing because I want my audience to interact with me, and if they don't interact with me, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want actual people to watch your content, not just literal AI to watch your whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why people do it because, wanting to, pump up numbers and you'll come out like on top of the charts and all that. Yeah, I get it. I get why some people do it, but it's just like it's one of those things where it's that what happens when it does get patched out and such, and now you went from a couple hundred to maybe like 20. I do remember there was this one streamer. She did drop off massively, and it turns out that her whole audience was practically view botted.
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember what was her name. But she was like massive view botting, and when the whole thing cracked down, let's just say that her numbers dropped a lot, and then also, and the other thing too is that her chats, which for what I can remember, she had like roughly like over 100 people in the chat. The thing about it is that people knew immediately that those are probably like undetected bots, because her chat was not moving at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because here's the thing: when you have like obviously more than 100 people watching you, the chat's gonna move. It's gonna move. And her chat was not moving at all. So that's what people do. Yup, they like that remaining of people watching her. Those are most likely and definitely bots. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if I could remember that girl's name, I don't know.
Okay with botting, which would be very interesting because, well, there's a history here. Hassan has routinely accused Asmongold of view botting. Well, it seems like the call might be coming from inside the house, Mr. Piker.
I'm not blaming Hassan on this, but the idea that you're going to go around and constantly delegitimize and accuse me of view botting when your channel is getting follower botted, I don't know if your channel is getting view botted or not. I have no idea. I would never accuse somebody of that. His channel doesn't look like it's being view botted. But what I will say is that it's absolutely
it doesn't look like it's getting view botted.
It is. It's
well, yours
undeniable that
does.
this is happening. Look at this.
Where yours does, though.
Well, at least Asmongold's chat is moving, you know?
Purge bots regularly. He knew I would come in. Whoa, follower botted.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we'll look at this here in a minute. And so we got one more. Ooh.
He does this every time.
He's being follow botted.
He knows he's getting botted.
He is. He's being follow botted. This is undeniable.
Yes. I have a lot of fucking Nazi freaks that try to hate raid. That's why we
protest
have a
too much?
slow stream and a follow restriction. We purge them every day.
That clip is particularly hilarious because
Usually, even with those follow restrictions, a lot of them, you'd be surprised how many bots will still follow you. I have restrictions on my shit too. I still get bots. That I get followed by bots. Yeah, that a lot of that shit doesn't even matter.
because he literally found his way into Asmongold's chat just to cause trouble, and then got exposed as being a view botter. He thought he got away with it. He thought, aha, see, Asmongold has no proof. And then Asmongold pulled up the proof that something is very unnatural. And that's something that Asmongold has never denied for himself. A lot of the big streamers are being botted. And he doesn't even say that, oh, this is Hassan's fault. No, he's saying that there's outside sources botting people like Hassan. And I think that is a very real thing. And it's not something you can directly pin on Hassan unless you have some real evidence. But there is something unnatural. But whenever this is brought up, whenever view count is brought up, Hassan gets distraught. Okay? He is obsessed with numbers.
Hi, then, Brust. How's it going?
Damn. That is the most important currency in his entire life. Numbers. View counts. That matters more than anything else. And just back in January, when he saw that his numbers were getting crushed by...
What?
ThinkQuest, what's that YouTube video? I found an entertaining collection of videos. Let me double check. Collection of videos. 5 hours of brain rot. What the fuck?
Yeah.
5 hours of brain rot. And I think it's oh yeah, right. It's like this guy who does Sonic animations, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Atari X. He does like these meme animations on Sonic. Brain rot AI Sonic. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty good stuff.
Drake. Hey, there's no time to
Why,
rest.
he really likes Sonic?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he does. I think one of his. Well, I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, no, definitely. Are you familiar with the Sonic Adventure meme maker? No, at least I'm not. What about you?
Mm-mm.
Neither did he, so no, absolutely not. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the people who really like Sonic are probably the ones who have I don't know what it. I actually know there was a video a video analysis explaining why it was a thing, but I firmly believe that for the people who are big fans of Sonic have like some sort of like autism.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I think there's a video like that. Then again, I used to be a Sonic fan myself, so I'm not beating the autistic allegations anytime soon.
Yeah, because that was something that I thought was pretty interesting. Because anytime whenever I saw people who are like big fans of Sonic, you could tell that they had like some forms of like autism, or at least it was confirmed like publicly, like they have confirmed saying that they have autism, which I always thought was fascinating because it's like, why is there so many people, like especially like over the years of me seeing like people who like Sonic have autism.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely something going on with the franchise that makes it resonate.
Yeah, there was a video explaining that did explain that why. I think it might have to do with like the vibrant colors and the fast like the show is and stuff. And also I think like the creatures as well, like they look unique. But what I can remember.
One, I love Sonic from the 90s through the 2000s was fine. I tolerated the early 2010s, but I hate everything since Sonic Forces, especially from Ian Flynn. Two, yes, I'm autistic. Yeah.
I believe it.
Let me look up this Ian Flynn guy because he kept talking about it in my Discord. Let me check. Ian.
The one I've been seeing people like a lot is the Sonic Boom.
Comic book writer known for his Sonic the Hedgehog series. Archie. Oh, come on. Why is my cat climbing on my PC? You're gonna... Jesus.
Because it needs something warm.
Sorry, my cat was just shaking my PC and I could mess around with the graphics card. He made a Sonic fanfic called Other M, and if I learned anything from Metroid Other M, it's actually code for character assassination. Okay, there seems to be some drama that I'm not familiar with, but yeah, no. Honestly, I gotta ask a question. What do you think about Ken Penders, though? I've heard a lot of shit coming, people talking shit about him. You know, Ken Penders, he's a particularly infamous Sonic writer and artist. He kind of ended up making his own sort of series that are inspired by the echidnas from Sonic.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's a bit of a rabbit hole. Let's see if he answers about.
I was like, I
answers
don't,
that.
like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, no, it's mostly related to like the Sonic comic book world. So there's that.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. Let's say Ken Penders is a classic Sonic as to Infinite as to modern. They represent the worst of their respective eras. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't even know like any of that was happening because I don't keep up anything with Sonic in particular.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's go back to the video in question.
Yeah, let me see. Okay.
Asmongold, despite Asmongold dual streaming and splitting up his audience onto Kick and Twitch, Hassan says when Twitch purges bots, Asmongold lost half of his viewership in 2 days, referring to a bot purge back in August. And of course, Asmongold provides the actual facts that verifiably prove Hassan wrong. And then Hassan continues with the cope saying, I like that your info shows your view botting. You admit to it, but was wrong on the percentage of bots purged. Glad you're finally out of the 43% active viewership gutters. You're in, though. Your time as a right-wing outrage farmer is coming to a close soon, though. Midterm.
If I wanted Sonic to have a consistent tone, they should have taken notes from Tintin. Good characterization, great drama, and good comedy, and a lot of heart. I agree. Don't know much about the Tintin franchise, though. I just saw the movie by Steven Spielberg, and that's it. Anyway, let's see what Hassan is on about.
Yeah.
Pivot. It's saw this image and something completely different showed up in his eyes, in his mind. But Asmongold would ratio him with a picture of a seal, which I think was just really the best response. But Hassan eventually would get a taste of his own medicine recently. In case you don't remember this, he got botted to the point of reaching over 340,000 live viewers.
Ooh.
This was his response to getting botted.
Asmongold chatters. Now Asmongold chatters can fucking cry and be like, well, I guess Hassan is the smarter person.
The Spielberg movie is the tip of the Tintin iceberg.
That's how it works, right? That's how it works, right, chatters? You know, the bigger the number, the better the person. The bigger the number, the more accurate their commentary. That's how it works, right? How strange.
Right, no.
The very
Can we not focus on Trump? I don't think we're talking about Trump. I think it's simply that we caught Hassan talking about Trump. That's about it. It has nothing to do with Trump.
It does not. It's mainly about Asmongold.
Yeah, it's just about Asmongold.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's just about Asmongold of how much. I don't know. He just has a lot of beef with them for some odd reason. Honestly, I think I firmly believe at this point it's just pure jealousy. What's that? What is it called? Jealousy.
Oh,
and
right.
What's the other word I'm thinking about?
Envy?
Yeah, that's the correct one.
Also, Thin Crust, I remember there was a recent comic book of Sonic that came out. It was a crossover between Godzilla and Sonic. Not sure if you've heard of that.
No. Have I? I don't think so.
I don't know. No, they Sonic. Yeah, no, they did a crossover comic just recently,
Hmm.
and in Rumble too, apparently. So yeah, anything about Trump that isn't getting karma turns me off. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious, malicious, flagrant botting going on, only to get botted myself. We'll find out who's doing the botting. We'll find out who's doing the botting when when they start chirping about it on Twitter. Like if it's like DGG and Dan Stalkman and all those guys who are like Hassan is clearly botting, blah 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 blah. Then we'll know. Then we'll know who's responsible for it. Why do these people think you have the power to win or lose elections? Because I'm at 300K right now, so.
Oh, but of
Damn.
course, when Asmongold is being accused of botting and provides evidence to disprove a lot of Hassan's claims, he's crazy, he's coping, whatever. But then, when Hassan is getting botted, he thinks there's something nefarious going on, and that it's actually probably